Today we're going to talk about choosing a condo, subdivision, a location, and or developer. And we're going to key in and we're going to focus on a developer, a particular developer called LandMasters. They've been around for about 20 years. They've got many different types of projects. We're going to look at a few of those, some very unique right here in the Cebu City area, and over on Bohol area, as well as Iloilo, Bacolod, a number of other areas as well. We're going to take a look at a few of those properties, talk a little bit about the specifics of the properties. Sometimes it's easier to focus on a developer who has a good reputation than just to go wandering around and hope that you find a good project in your wandering. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's look at LandMaster and several of their developments. According to their website, they have been in business about 20 years, and their site, you can go to properties. They've got residences, mixed use, townships. I'm not sure what a township is. Is that like a subdivision, maybe? Hotels and resorts, offices, co-living would be more like student type living, and virtual tours. Anyway, let's go over here to residences. That's what most of you are interested in. And scroll down here. Featured properties. 38th Park Avenue is a high-end project. I think they've got people living in there already at 38th Park Avenue in IT Park. Ongoing, so they continue on with the, and then Abaca Resort on Mactan. Got Banilad High Street. This is co-living type place, mixed use. They've got some businesses on the lower level. Calle 104 in Cebu City, ongoing. Not sure if people have moved in there yet. Casamira Homes, Butuan City, ongoing subdivisions. And they've got condominiums, they've got subdivisions, they've got beach town residences. So let's just click on beach town residences, see what we have here. Casamira Beach Town, Mactan. So there's a picture. It looks like a nice place. It's got several pools, a pool there, maybe a kiddie pool. Another larger pool, another probably a kiddie pool there, I'm guessing. It looks like tennis courts there. That's unusual to find here in the Philippines. They are open. Looks like a pretty nice place. And shows the location here. Can I zoom in and out? I cannot. Construction details. Those construction details, April 2024. Yeah, swimming pool, cabanas, tennis court, function lawn, retail building. Floor plans, they've got studio units at 27.25 square meters, a little bit larger than normal, but still pretty small. One bedroom type, 44.6 square meters. Two bedroom type, 69.3 square meters. You can download the floor plan there. Change, generally going up a little bit every six months to a year, but none of the prices are listed on this site, probably because they change. Jumping over to Casamira Beach Town, Panglao. Looks like a very nice development here. Panglao is a little island connected to Bohol Island with a couple of causeways. It is ongoing. Yeah, it looks like a very nice project. And go down here, there's the location, how close they are to various things. 2.6 kilometers to Alturas Mall in Tagbilaran. Well, they're not very far away at all from Tagbilaran City. So here's Tagbilaran City. Here's Tagbilaran City. And yeah, you come across the causeway and head over this way, and they're right there. Very close to Tagbilaran City, very convenient. April 2024, update on construction. Well, this is pre-selling. No doubt, you get in on pre-selling, and that's when the lowest prices are. Got an adult and kiddie pool, basketball half court, jogging path, clubhouse, fitness gym. Now, one thing, if I was choosing a unit, I would not want to be facing the basketball court and listen to somebody bouncing a ball all day long. Just my preference. Floor plans. They've got studios at 22 square meters. A studio with a balcony, 25 square meters. So I'm guessing the balcony is about 3 square meters. And yeah, for about the last 10 years, 22 square meters has been pretty normal for studio units. Pretty small, but livable. And if you multiply 22 times, take square meters, multiply by 10, it gets you close to square feet. Not exactly, but it gives you a general idea. It makes it easy to kind of figure out how many square feet is that. One bedroom unit, 38. Bit small in my opinion. I live in 42 square meters with a balcony, and it's livable. It's livable. So here's with a balcony, 45 square meters. That would be, if it's laid out properly, a decent size 2-bedroom unit, 51.4, and one with a balcony, same size apparently, so they just use some of that space for balcony. You know, anything over 50 to 60 square meters would be ideal for me, or larger than that. But of course, the cost goes up the larger you get. I'm going to go over here to mixed use. They've got an interesting property here in Mandaue, Mandaue City, Cebu, and go down here, Astra Center. I walked by here the other day. It's in Cebu City, and they're going to have a Radisson Red hotel. I think it's 2 or 3 different towers. I think there's a condominium tower. I'm not sure if this is it or if this is it. Radisson, one of these is Radisson Red, and then they've got a corporate. I think this is a corporate section back here, commercial office space. Not absolutely positive, but very interesting multi-use property. Looks like a, is that a pool? Maybe a pool up here. Got a roof deck up here, which is very nice. Looks like a roof deck up here. And so many of these condominiums have space on their roofs for roof decks that they could use, make their properties much more appealing, but they don't use that space. Phase 1 construction is ongoing. Astra Center has 4 major components, namely the Astra Center Mall, an upscale boutique mall with cinema. And I'm guessing that's this section down here. That's my guess. Radisson Red, a world-class hotel targeted to the new generation travelers. I guess that leaves me out. And One Astra Place, a residential condominium replete with infinity pool, sky deck, gym, and function rooms. And Astra Corporate Center, with 12 floors of modern office spaces. Here's AS Fortuna Street, and if you go up here to the corner, you go this way, it takes you to IT Park and near to Ayala Mall. Cebu Home and Business is a big hardware store here, not so far away. Metro Shopping Market down here, and further J Center Mall down here. Many of you have been there for immigration in the past. That is undergoing a huge renovation. I think SM Malls bought that out. They've completely torn it down to its framework basically, and they're completely redoing that. March 2024, the latest construction update, and it looks like I've been really surprised when I walked by there, and the pace at which this whole operation is going up. Floor plans, 14 studio units on these floors, studio units. All it looks like 100% studio units. And you can download the floor plan if you would like. And we'll bounce over here to properties, residences, and they've got a number of projects over here. Residential type properties, condominiums. Let's hit condominiums first, and then we'll come back to subdivisions. 38th Park Avenue, you have Asia Premier Residences, which is in IT Park. I've done 3 or 4. I think I've got like 4 different videos in this building. And it doesn't show it, but up here a little bit higher, there's a pool up here. little bit larger units than what you find in some of the newer condominiums. I think that was one of the relatively first condominiums there in IT Park. Baseline Premier, part of the new Baseline. Baseline has an older tower or two over here, over in this direction, I think, and then the newer ones going up. Baseline Prestige. This is just not very far from Mango, actually. 27-floor structure with a commercial complex at its foot, the first floor. Yeah, here, General Maximum Avenue. Generally, a lot of people call it Mango Avenue. Mango Square is just right in this area right here, basically. Right over here. And going down here, Baseline Residences. I think this is the older tower, I believe. Casimira Towers in Bacolod. I think I've done a video there quite some time ago. Casimira Towers CDO. Casimira Towers Guadalupe, Cebu City. CDO is Cagayan de Oro on the north end of Mindanao. Casimira Towers Labangan in Cebu City. Casimira Towers LPU Davao. Ongoing project there. It looks like a nice project. Casimira Towers Mandaue. Casimira Towers Palawan over on Palawan Island. Boy, that's a pretty large project there. Mantra Residences, Mandaue City, Phase 3 ongoing. Mesa Tierra Garden Residences, Davao City, that's completed. Masa Verde Residences, Cagayan de Oro, Mesa Vieira Garden Residences, Bacolod City. Midori Residences, I've been over there a couple times, and they never had they didn't have any units available to show me, or they didn't have anybody available to show me anything. Murani Steps, Danao City. I'm not sure if that's Danao City, Cebu, or some other island. Mivela Garden Residences, Cebu City, ongoing. Mivesa Garden Residences this part is completed, so they're putting up additional towers. One Astra Place, we just looked at that. One Astra Place Tower 2. They're part of the same complex. One Paragon Place, Davao City. Ramos Tower at Cali 104. That's across the street from where I live, basically. Terranza Residences, Iloilo City, ongoing. East Village, Davao City. Renudo Tower, there again, almost across the street from where I live. Properties, go to townships. Townships, I think these are kind of like business parks, kind of like IT Park or Cebu Business Park, I believe. Davao Global Township in Davao City. Manresa Town, Cagayan de Oro. And look at this huge thing. Minglanilla is just a techno business park. Is just, I don't know, 30-minute ride south of Cebu City. And they have this huge multi-use development coming soon. And I think this is going to be partly reclaimed from the sea. I think part of this property is going to be reclaimed. Not absolutely positive, but I think so. Look at that. That will just absolutely change that whole area south of Cebu City. Yeah, Minglanilla Techno Business Park, 100-hectare reclamation project composed of 2 islands separated by a 30-meter wide channel located in the coastal roads. So let's go down here. Let's look at subdivisions and see what we have for subdivisions. Many of you will prefer something like my observation over the years. I have visited and or driven through or near subdivisions, and they might be up in the mountains, they might be closer to the sea, but this doesn't looks more like I don't know if you call them row houses or townhouse type place. Anyway, this is in Bacolod here in Cebu City, Casa Mira Bacolod, and Casa Mira Coast, and Dumaguete City. Have any of you who've been to Dumaguete, have you rented there or taken a look at it? This is in Butuan, this is in Danao. There again, I'm not sure, is it Danao Cebu, or there's oftentimes a Danao, another island as well. And Casa Mira Homes Davao, Casa Mira Homes Dumaguete. Going to come back and look at some of these others. Casa Mira Homes Ormoc, Casa Mira Iloilo City, Casa Mira Lanao in Talisay City. There's several Talisay cities in the Philippines. I suspect this is Talisay City, just south of Cebu City. It's basically it's the first city you run into as you leave the city limits of Cebu City. Casa Mira South, Naga City is down past Talisay City and Minglanilla. Midori Plains. No, I'm not familiar with this. I'll have to check this out. It's completed. San Jose Maria Village, Balamban. Balamban is kind of a barangay on the north. No, Balamban is over on the west side of Cebu Island. Across the mountains. Completed. San Jose Maria Village, Minglanilla. There again, just a little ways south of Cebu City. Talisay, these are more home type rather than townhouses, it looks like. Toledo, Cebu City is over on the west side of Cebu Island. Tagbilaran City is Bohol. Tagbilaran is the largest city on the south end of Bohol Island. Vilmiro Heights, Minglanilla, again just south of Cebu City. Vilmiro Heights, CDO Cagayan de Oro, on the north end of Mindanao. And number 4, Vilmiro Plains, Bacolod, Vilmiro Uptown, CDO, and Villa Casita North, Bogo City. Ongoing. Now, Bogo City is on the north end of Cebu Island. Check that out if it's if you want to get out to the province. Bogo City might be an option. It's decent size. It's got you're very close to Malapascua Island, not very far from Bantayan Island, and the north end of Cebu Island has very nice beach as well. And what do we have? Floor plans. Duplex, 48 square meter lot area. And let's see, duplex, 48.4 square meter floor area. Row house end unit, 48 square meter lot area, 45 square meter floor area. Yeah, these are more like row houses, not really condominiums, or not really townhouses. Let's take a look at Casa Mira Coast. Dumaguete City is very popular with expats here. What we're looking at, would definitely want to change the color here, if you're allowed to change the color, I think. A little brighter, maybe a yellow or something. Cebulan is just north. They've got a ferry terminal there, and just north of Dumaguete, actually, maybe 10-15 minute ride. I think I would have cleaned up the grass. I would have done some manicuring of the grass here before I would have taken the picture. Your ferry port's up here, and you've got the airport very close. March 2024, and yeah, they need to do some upkeep of the lawn, in my opinion. And you got people living there. Somebody should be, you know, I've been doing videos of condominiums and subdivisions for at least 7 years, and always a little bit surprised. You walk into some of these places, and you know, maybe these are already owned by somebody, but they haven't moved in, haven't come over to maintain the properties. But I would think, you know, you're paying some kind of association dues. I would think that the property itself would take care of this until the owner did and charged the owner for it. So you can have a gate if you want to put a gate in, looks like. Don't have to, but you could. And what do you get? There's a gate and a guardhouse, basketball court, clubhouse, adult, and a kiddie pool. Davao City, about an hour, depends on traffic, maybe an hour north of Cebu City. And Casimiro Homes here. And you've got 2 stories here, so you're going to get a lot more floor space, which is good. It's ongoing. Phase 1 looks pretty nice and maintained according to these pictures. And there's a location. If you want to live outside of a city like Cebu City, Davao, once you get to Davao, the traffic lightens up going north out of there. Of course, you're going to have traffic coming back into town, of course. And here it is on the north side of Davao City. Construction update 2024. So they are got a ways to go. You could get in on pre-selling there if you'd like. Ask the locals about flooding in the area, about water reliability, and those sorts of things. Got a clubhouse, adult and kiddie pool, basketball court, children's play area. And let's just take a look. The various pictures, basketball court. Like I said, I would not want to be facing the basketball court. My personal preference. I don't want to listen to the sound of basketballs. Play area there. They didn't show the pool. Floor plans. A, 42 square meters. B, 48 square meters. C, 61.69 square meters. Single detached, 53 square meters. And they have the various plans here, layouts. Typical lot area, 72 square meters. Floor area, 61 square meters. Anything over 50, 60 square meters would be preferred by me anyway. Gives you a little area to move around. Now, some of the details. Foreigners can own a condominium in the Philippines. You can buy the condominium, have it in your name. You cannot own property as in land. You can own a house. Technically, you can own a building or like a house, but you cannot own the land that it sits on. You would have to lease the land. And talk to a good lawyer about how you write that up. Also, make sure you have a clear title. There's a fair amount of fraud that goes on all over the world, but especially here, there's been an issue with titles, land titles, being passed through many different family members here in the Philippines, and it can be difficult to get a clear land title, even for large corporations, subdivisions. I've seen them where they haven't built on part of their property, and I was told it's because somebody said they owned that. Somebody had a title claim to part of the property this big development company thought they had bought. Use a good lawyer. Now, JR of JRC Visa Consultancy and Immigration Services here in Cebu City. They got an office in Manila and Dumaguete. He's got a couple lawyers on his staff, and he's also a licensed real estate broker as well as an appraiser. So if you need information about buying, selling, renting, appraisal of property, you might want to get in touch with them. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Do your due diligence. Make sure that you have reliable water. Find out about the sewage type system that you're going to be hooked onto. About internet hookup and reliability. And a big thing would be whether that area is subject to flooding. And I've even been over on Mactan Island and a brand new development over there, and we went over there shortly after a pretty heavy rain, and yeah, the streets were pretty flooded. So there was an issue with flooding. It wasn't draining properly. Check those things out. Talk to the locals. And this is one way to do your research. Find a developers such as LandMasters, somebody who's been around for many, many years, has a good track record. Check out their website, their different projects. Pretty easy, pretty quick to do some basic research. A lot of these websites, I know even the ones that the real estate companies that put prices up, a lot of times those were the prices when the projects were in pre-selling mode, and a lot of these companies do not update their website. So you might think, hey, that's really a good deal, and you'll find out that was a price from 2, 3, 4 years ago, and it's another million pesos now because of yearly increases. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Stay safe, stay healthy, safe travels, and I'll see you next time.